subscribers join us. You should still comment. It helps us just a little bit. So we will go ahead and wait just a few minutes for everybody to get on stream, because I do have some news and some announcements to make before we get started, and we got to give YouTube its time to send out the notifications.
Yep.
I have been getting an influx of these comments of people that are like, "Oh, why don't you just get to the point? It doesn't take 2 hours to explain something." Well, these are catered to a live audience, and I have got plenty of videos that are under 10 minutes. So go to my channel if you don't want to hang out and be in a live environment and listen to us gab, because this
Still
is
better than 𝔸𝕗𝕗𝕗 though. Even if we don't get to the point.
That's our first. That's my first thing that I wanted to point out. I almost feel bad for like shouting out the Etsy Up event and like telling everybody like, yeah, go watch Etsy Up tomorrow. Etsy's throwing a holiday presentation to teach us stuff. Hooray! And then we sat and watched it, and we quit watching like halfway through it. We had it on the TV and we were listening to it, but we went and just started working because they did not teach a dang thing. In one of the alphas, they said that the SEO portion was what I was most interested in hearing about, because they had a platform expert talking about what they said was going to be about Etsy search. I was super stoked for that. Never heard their Etsy search experts talk about Etsy search. But all he talked about was Google optimization.
And most of your sales aren't going to come from Google.
Right. So
most of you, at least.
But that's, so basically they taught us how to advertise Etsy on Google and bring people to Etsy from Google. It's almost like they taught us how to be little advertisers.
The whole thing was kind of just one big ad for brand new Etsy sellers to stay on the platform.
Yeah, it felt like a recruitment method to try to get people selling on Etsy. So with that being said, if you haven't watched it, but you watch a lot of our streams, you already know everything that they taught, because it's all stuff that we've been teaching for years. So if you want to turn it on and listen to it as like background noise, cool. But if you've got like a crunch schedule, it's not. None of our alphas said that they learned anything. We
watched the whole thing. Well, we watched like the first half of it, and then we stopped watching it and just kind of worked while it was playing in the background in case anything important was said, and it ended up.
Yeah.
Like, there's info in there. If you're brand new, maybe it's for you. But if you've been selling on Etsy for any given point of time, then it's not.
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
Other little quick things that I wanted to let you guys know before we get started. I have enabled the super features. Most of you guys know already that all of the money that we make from monetization on YouTube all goes back into the YouTube channel. Hence why our stream quality always increases. Over time, our sound quality increases. It all goes back into the channel, making sure that we are providing the best content, but also at the best quality for you guys. And thankfully we have Mr. Sound Engineer here who's able to do all of that for us. So I have enabled super chat.
I'm not seeing it in here though.
I don't think you will unless they actually do a super chat. Basically, the super features mean that you can tip us. There should be like a little donate button. If you ever want to tip us, you can tip us now. And super chat, you pay a little bit of money, and I think you get to pick how much. You could do like 50 cents or something, I think. And it will basically make your comment stand out to us. So when we actually have, bigger, more busy chats, it might be a better way to get our attention. But with that being said, we're not telling anybody that they need to do that. Hey, thanks.
Oh, there it goes. It pops up big and blue.
Oh,
awesome.
Thank you very much. That's really
you.
Well, now we know what it looks like. So you guys are able to do that. I'm new here, but I just found you guys a week ago. That's awesome. Perfect. So if you guys ever want to get our attention, it's going to show big and blue, apparently. I love that. Thank you very much. If you guys ever want to donate, just know that your money's going back here, back into the channel where we can keep doing cool stuff.
We got lots of upgrades planned for the future. So.
Yes. Next thing, I created something free for you guys. Thank you, Johnny. I created something free for you guys. It is down below if you haven't grabbed it already. I believe I sent it out in today's email notifying you of the Friday bean. But my Black Friday toolbox for 2022 is now available. This is an annual freebie that I released to sellers. It has a huge graphics pack that you can use to, add, a little bit of holiday touches to your listing photos or your marketing. It has a Black Friday checklist of everything that you need to do and when you need to do it in order to prepare for Etsy Cyber Week, which is Etsy's highest volume traffic day of the year. So even if you're not hosting a sale, you're going to want to optimize for that. It has some old tutorials from a way back when on my channel that are like totally buried now, stuff that you probably haven't seen, but it's really good content. So I try to stick that in there. And it also includes our Black Friday Lifeline live stream invitation, which is an exclusive live stream that we do on Saturday. I think it's going to be November 12th this year. And basically you get to hang out with us live for an hour and get last minute Black Friday prep help. That way you can make sure that your shop is looking good for the holidays. So make sure that you check that out via the link down below. Like I said, it's totally free. And yeah, I would get it as soon as possible because realistically, you want to start prepping now. Last thing before we jump into the topic is we're doing something new this year. I have attended so many Etsy holiday boot camp, Etsy holiday makeover, all these coaches do these holiday boot camps. And I'm sure that if you guys have attended them, they're never very good.
No, this one was especially bad.
Yeah, well, yeah, this one was from Etsy, but like there are all these Etsy holiday boot camps, 30-day Etsy challenge, Etsy Black Friday challenge. There's all these things that coaches put on, and I'm always disappointed every time I sign up for one. I've spoken at several of them, and I'm always disappointed when I speak at them because I feel like I'm the, one of the best speakers there, and I am often told that I'm the best speaker there. So last year there was one that took place, and a bunch of you guys said, "Hey, Starla, you should host one of these yourself." And so I am. Totally new thing for me. I've never done anything like it, but the details for that are down below. I asked you guys to price it. It was a post that I put in the Handmade Alpha Facebook community where I told you what, a general idea of what it was going to include, everything that was going to come with it. You guys are also going to get a month of eRank Pro and a live stream with me and Mark and Anthony Wolf. So you guys can chat with the three of us on day 7 of the boot camp. And yeah, it's a lot cheaper than Handmade Alpha Academy. If you buy it on our early bird discount day, which you guys requested some type of early enrollment discount. So done. Early bird discount day is going to take place on September 19th, and you guys are going to be able to get it 35% off. That puts the price at $65. If you miss that date, you can also enroll in our general enrollment. That is going to be September 20th through the 21st. That's going to be $100. And then we have a late entry day. That's going to be September 22nd.
That's the day that it opens.
No, that's not the day of.
Oh, I thought it was the day
No.
of. I thought that's not what we picked.
No. Late entry day is September 22nd. You will be paying $20 more. It's $120 to get in on that day. But we are donating that extra $20. Yep. Hopefully to St. Jude. I still need to. I'm trying to get.
We're waiting on a response.
Yeah, waiting on a response for me to be able to put that on the page. But for now, the page just says will benefit like a children's charity for the holidays. Until I can get their approval. So just waiting on them to get back with me. But basically, if you are late to the game and you enroll on the very last day, yes, you pay $20 more, but that $20 is going to charity. So it's like a punishment. but it's for a good cause. So yeah. So make sure that you check out down below. There's a link that's going to show everything that's included with that boot camp. I've got the full list of stuff, and you can sign up for an email notification that will send out on September 19th, which is the early bird discount day. That way you don't miss it and you can make sure that you get the discount. Signing up for that, just like HAA's wait list, signing up for that priority pricing list does not obligate you to buy it. It just ensures that you actually get an email to remind you, oh crap, it's the discount day. That way you can get it for $65. So all the deets down below, and we can answer questions about it after we talk about today's topic.
Sorry, Bubber's just butt slammed the microphone. Hi, Amber.
Hi, Amber. All right, guys.
It's been a while.
Awesome. So hopefully you guys sign up to learn more about that. Really, really exciting. We are jam-packing that with info.
Yeah.
Yep. So today we're going to be talking about Etsy holiday nightmares that you guys should plan to prepare for. And I asked the Alpha community and my Handmade Alpha Academy students to share some stories today that we could use as a reference point. Because especially if you're new, your best course of action to plan for worst case scenarios is to think of every worst case scenario that could possibly happen to you and think about how you would handle it if it happened to you. So if you're thinking, man, I don't know what I would do if this happened, it's time to start thinking about what you would actually do if that happened. Because if you become a big seller, which I'm hoping that's everybody's goal, it will happen to you eventually. Bad things happen in business to everybody the bigger you grow. And the more frequently they pop up, the higher volume of orders that you get. So what you're going to hear today are stories from sellers of all different, sales volumes. We've got some sellers who have huge sales volumes, like Johnny, for example, and we're going to read their horror stories. And what I want you guys to do as we go through these is write down like the horror story, like just, order didn't arrive as, one note. And then write down either how these alphas handled these issues, or, some of them I'll give advice on how I would handle the issue, or you guys can think of your own solutions and how you would personally handle the issues if they happen to you. So let's go ahead and...
I'm just getting the live stream pulled up on here.
Oh, okay. Let's go ahead, and I got to pull it up on my phone because we've got too many things going on the desktop version.
177. Mika, sorry if I said that wrong. $5 for super chat is green, 10 is yellow, 50 is orange, and 100 is red.
Wow. If anybody donated that much money, I would probably poop my pants. Mm-hmm. I love how you're just like,
$1,000 donation gets the link to my OnlyFans.
His OnlyFans. It's just him sitting in a room of fans.
Throwing the money in the air that you sent me.
Yeah, it's just blowing all around like one of those wind tunnel tubes.
I don't have an OnlyFans. I'm thinking about it. Thumbs up if you want me to have an OnlyFans.
It will literally just be him sitting on a stool in a room full of fans. All right. So the first horror story, and most of these kind of have a parallel theme. Most of them are related directly to holiday shipping and deadlines. So this is probably something that you're going to want to take multiple notes about if you're trying to write some really great policies, if you want to expand upon your policies by adding extra extended policies into your FAQ section, which in your Etsy shop, that's going to be located right under your policies section. Etsy isn't going to respect those the same as they respect your actual written policies. However, it's a good way to let customers know, like, these are my expectations, this is what I accept, this is what I do not accept, this is what I do in the event of X, Y, and Z. So, I'm not going to read names associated with these. We'll keep them kind of anonymous. But this alpha said, right in the beginning of my shop on Etsy, a man bought an item from my shop to give to his wife for Christmas. December 24th was approaching, and the order didn't arrive. And I couldn't see where it was because I wasn't sending my orders with tracking number. There's our first red flag, but she was new. The customer was nice and comprehensive, but he really wanted to have it before Christmas, of course. Conclusion, the order did arrive on the 23rd or 24th of December, just in time, and never again I sent an order without a tracking number. So, moral of the story for all of our newbies out there is, whenever possible, make sure that you have a tracking number. And I mean, that seems like a given, but it does a couple things for you. For one, it keeps your customers from messaging you and saying, where's my order? Where's my order? You can just say, I mean, they're going to do that anyway, but at least you can say, hey, this is how you view your tracking. Go into your Etsy purchase history and you can see exactly where your order is. But it also helps you in the event that they try to say that, oh, my order didn't arrive. Well, yeah, it did, because I can see that it did.
It's right there.
It's right there. And then Etsy's purchase protection. If you have a good standing with Etsy, Etsy's purchase protection will kick in, which, we made a whole video about why we don't like the purchase protection program. I think that the title is like, this new Etsy update sucks. But if you qualify for it, it's a good thing, and it can help you, and Etsy will reimburse the customer in cases like this. So make sure that you always have a tracking number for both your protection and so the buyer knows exactly what's going on. Now, can we real quick, I forgot that we had the poll running. Can we view the results and close that poll? Have you experienced a difficult customer on Etsy was the question that I asked. 56% of you said yes, but 44% said no. So
that's good. I'm assuming most of the 44% are new.
I mean, we didn't really have very many difficult customers.
No. I mean, later on when we built the big raving following, but early on we had quite a few stinkers. Most of ours were people that were trying to get stuff for free.
Yeah.
Like people that would say, "Oh, my order didn't arrive," and then the moment you tell them, like, "Okay, cool, contact your local police, file a report, blah 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 blah," and they're immediately like, "Oh, it showed up."
Yeah, yeah.
Like, yeah, of course it did.
That's one of the big pieces of advice that I always give to you guys is if somebody says that their order didn't arrive and the tracking says that it did arrive, tell them, okay, here's what we're going to do. We need to contact your local post office and put in a missing mail report. Here's the link to do that. If you want to be really helpful, like look at their address, find their local, whatever their postal service is, and send them the missing mail like form, the link to it. And then say, and after this, it's best to usually file a police report because it seems that it got stolen off of your porch. I would recommend contacting your local police. It looks like your local police station is blah, blah, blah. And then you could send them the phone number for that. And if they actually got the package and they're just lying,
they'll usually either stop responding or say that it showed up.
Yeah, which has happened to us. So take those notes down because they're very, very useful if you end up having somebody who might be lying. All right, next one is all 24 packages I sent from Thanksgiving weekend 2022 were shipped on the following Tuesday, and everyone was trapped in the shipping disaster of 2022. For anybody who started selling after the shipping disaster of 2022, basically, the post offices were so full that the big shipping warehouses were full of rotting food and dead animals because of people doing, live animal transport. They specified baby chickens as one of the things that they had a lot of, dead baby chickens. So the last one arrived on Christmas Eve. I kept on contact and tracked every order through the process. So keeping in contact with your customer when you know that things are running a little bit slow, being the first to reach out and reaching out to the customer before they message you angry. Putting cases with the post office and offered refunds if anyone needed. So that's like that above and beyond step. But if you know that the order is going to be exponentially delayed, you can message them and say, hey, I don't know what's going on. I don't know when it's going to arrive. This is beyond my control. I would be happy to refund your order. I would be happy to issue a partial refund for your inconvenience. Now, obviously, that you're out of product, so that's all up to you if you want to do that. But it is an above and beyond step if you want to go that extra mile. She said no one took me up on the refunds, though. So just the fact that she presented it probably helped her, overall perception in the eyes of her customer. For those that hadn't arrived by the week before, I provided a gift graphic with a photo of the item. In the end, each one got there, but what a season. So basically, she created a printable that the customer could print out that had a photo of the item on it. That way on Christmas, they could at least give the person the picture of what was coming, which is a really fun idea. I would put it in a giant, like a giant box. You know what I mean? So there's a cool tip. If you know that something's going to arrive late, if we have another crazy mail crisis, hopefully we don't. Hopefully
we don't.
Yeah, unless monkeypox becomes a big thing.
It doesn't seem like it's gonna, but you never know.
We
said the same thing about COVID,
right?
And that sucked.
Yeah.
So.
But having the option to do the little gift photo in the event that it doesn't arrive, really cool, great form of customer service. I love that idea.
Like Johnny said, I just had a customer who had hers stolen but didn't know it. She got it back from the police a few weeks later. It's pretty rare for somebody to get their package back, for the police to actually find who done it and get their package back. That's pretty rare, so they got lucky with that.
Yeah. All right, next one. I really like this one because there's two things that we can learn from this. She said, I had a Christmas bow that turned bestseller right after Thanksgiving. It was a normal-sized bow for a lantern or wreath, pictured on a lantern. Measurements were shown in the pics with a yardstick, listed in the description and attributes. So everything that she needed to show the size of the bow. The title said, Lantern or Wreath Bow. I couldn't keep up with demand, so I did what everyone told me. I raised the price from $26 to $32. Smart move. It's easier to make one $100 sale than it is to make $101 sales. So if you can't keep up with demand, raise your prices. You'll get less sales, but each sale will be worth more money. Therefore, you should be making either more money or you'll be making the same amount. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Andy. She said people stopped reading and buying actually increased. Many apparently assumed it was now a tree topper bow, and bad reviews of how small it was poured in. So I took it down, at which point I received 1 million emails asking me when it would be back in stock. Oh, that would be so annoying. It was less time consuming to just relist it. But this time I extended the production time to 2 weeks. We are now at the beginning of December, still a bestseller, but now I got angry or weepy emails that they needed it immediately. It was hands down the worst first Christmas on Etsy ever. She said how I fixed it. I made the bow larger, stopped reading reviews, and then Christmas finally came. So my big thing with this one is that sometimes if you see constant complaints from a customer or from customers in your reviews or in your messages, it's annoying, but if you see the same thing popping up over and over and over again, that's when you need to ask yourself if it's something that you're doing wrong. Maybe they're not reading. Maybe there's a way you can make it clearer. Maybe they're not reading, but maybe what they think that they're getting is something that you could be making. If they're saying, man, I thought this was going to be bigger. Man, I wish it was bigger. Can you make it bigger? Can you charge more?
Could you make a second listing with a larger version of the same item?
Yeah. Could you make a scale that shows your small version and your big version and put them in your listing photo and it says, you're getting this one.
Because if you can...
Yeah, because that means that the people who are looking for the big thing will be able to buy it, but you'll still also get sales for people who are looking for the smaller thing. So cool little double whammy on the advice there.
Double whim.
Double whim. All right, this one I love because this is something that we've gone through multiple times. I once shipped a wrong item that looked very similar to the one bought. Figured it out 2 days after shipment at a craft show when I realized I still had said product. I messaged the customer right away, letting them know I shipped the wrong thing by accident and the correct one was on its way. Told the customer to keep the first one free of charge because it was my mistake. Had a very happy customer. That has happened to us on numerous occasions.
Many occasions.
A lot of times it was items would get swapped somehow where one person would get one thing and another person would get their thing and their orders got mixed up. And basically I did the same thing. I would message both of them and say, hey, I goofed. You guys both keep those, it's a gift to you. Give one to a friend. Enjoy. Your next one is in the mail. It's on the way. Enjoy your freebie. And those are always the customers who come back because they just got like 2 for the price of 1, right? So I don't ever, unless it's something that is like insanely expensive or it took you a long time to create, I don't typically recommend you messaging that customer and saying, hey, I sent you the wrong thing. Can you ship it back to me? That's super unprofessional. I know that sometimes you're going to have a loss there, but I would recommend just eating the cost and giving the best customer service. And, if anything, it's tax deductible. Your whoopsies are totally tax deductible.
Did you see this? Check this
What?
out. If somebody donates up to a certain amount,
it
pins the thing at the top. That way we can click it and see what they said.
Oh, awesome.
And
So
I'm
it
assuming
prioritizes.
as it goes through, you probably have a drop down. Looks like it does it over here too. Yep, it does.
Cool. Awesome. I love learning new things.
Me too. That's why we're here.
All right, so the next one is I sent a necklace to a customer the week before Christmas. I didn't bother to double check the address, and it was returned to me by the postal system saying the address was incomplete. The customer had put his street, but not the house number. I messaged him immediately and forked out for very expensive postage to arrive the next day, a Saturday, Christmas Eve. Phew, it got there, but never again will I send a parcel without checking the address first. A very expensive mistake. Now, someone did comment on this post and say, you didn't need to do that. And I agree. You didn't need to do that. You didn't need to pay a bunch of money to make sure that the customer got the item when they entered their address wrong. It was their mistake. They messed up. Normally, it would be them who pays for that shipping. You went above and beyond. And I hope that because you did that and you paid that shipping price again, that customer comes back to purchase from you again and again. Now, when you do something like this for a customer, one thing that I will say is it is important to let them know that you are eating the cost in a polite way. Otherwise, they will not acknowledge that you've done it, and they will assume that
you fixed it some other way.
Yeah, that you have just fixed it. So you could say, hey, I just got your order back. I noticed that it didn't arrive because you actually didn't add your house number. I'm going to go ahead and send it out to you, and I will pay the, X dollar shipping, so you don't have to worry about it. But I just wanted to let you know that I did figure out what the issue was and that the package is on the way again. Basically letting them know, like, I paid so you can make sure that you have your thing. Please don't leave a bad review. Don't say that. But it is one of those things that if you point it out, they will be able to see that level of customer service, where otherwise they might just assume that you have some magical shipping abilities that allows you to get shipping for free or something. I don't know. Next one is sending overseas orders on the last shipping days for Christmas, when of course they didn't get there in time. Now I close orders early and ship way before the last shipping day. Better missing a few sales than dealing with angry customers on Christmas Day. This is one that we talk about every single year. In the next probably month, we are all going to get our shipping deadlines, whether you're shipping via USPS, whether you're shipping with Royal Mail, no matter where you live. You're going to start seeing those shipping deadlines pop up. One thing that I will say is that every year I have people come to me upset because they say I'm encouraging them to leave money on the table by telling them to cut off their shipping days way before, USPS says the deadline is. The reason I say that is because these shipping services are never right. They'll tell you that it's fine to ship an order. USPS is, if you're shipping within the US, you can get an order to a customer if you ship it by December 20th. No, that is never going to happen. It doesn't happen. The mail service is so full of packages around that time of year, it will never arrive on time. So don't listen to what they say. Add at least a week onto what they recommend. Otherwise, you could make more sales. You could end up making more sales in that period by having a longer period of time available to make purchases. But what if all of those sales result in bad reviews? Would it be worth it? No, because then your overall market and customer experience score is going to drop. And that's going to affect your search ranking, and then your items are going to have trouble being found in search, and it's going to cause a big mess. So yes. I would recommend making sure that you are setting those deadlines way ahead of time. I personally recommend, like, for local, within your country, anywhere from December 1st to December 10th. If you go past that, it's just kind of a pain in the butt to make guarantees. And when customers placed orders after that date, you can totally say, hey, I'm going to ship this right away. It might arrive by the holidays, but I wanted to let you know that you did order this product after my shipping deadline, which was December 10th. And because of that, I unfortunately cannot guarantee that it will arrive on time, but I will do my best. I just wanted to let you know. And you can also give them the option to refund. You can say, before I start working on this order, I just want to give if you need it by the holidays, I want to give you the option to cancel your order, just in case. It is better for them to go ahead and just cancel that order, assuming you're not print on demand and it's fulfilling immediately. It's better to allow them to just cancel it and issue that refund than it would be for them to receive their order late and leave you a bad review. Yep. Nothing bad happens to you if you cancel and refund an order. That does not count against your search ranking. It does not count against your shop. Getting a bad review does. Having a case opened against you does. So
Always put yourself in the place of the customer when it comes to dealing with a customer. If you
Yeah.
were the person on the other side of the purchase, how would you feel about how you're reacting to the situation?
yeah, yeah,
Most people are upset when you don't work with them. So
absolutely. All right. I'm going to read one more from this thread, and then I'll bump to Handmade Alpha. Thank you. Handmade Alpha Academy students. I had an order that was delayed due to USPS during Christmas 2022, seeing a consistent trend during this time frame. And it didn't arrive before the holiday. I stayed in touch with the buyer and was excited to see that it was finally labeled as delivered, handed to individual. Then the buyer reached out and said she didn't get it, and she would like a refund. I told her it said it was delivered to a person according to USPS, but she claimed it was probably stolen since she lived in the city. She wasn't interested in tracking it down herself and had clearly given up, so I just called her local post office myself. Problem easily solved. The package was actually at the post office waiting for her to pick it up. Once I told her where to get it, she was happy as a clam. So a small amount of legwork can pay off in the end. Yes, you can.
The little cat.
Oh, I love the kitty. So yes, you can do a little bit of extra work for them, call on behalf of them. If you find out what their local post office is, all you have to do is look at their address and then say like post office close to, and then put their address in, and you should be able to find it. Call their post office. It'll take you a second, and it could keep you from getting, having to give a refund or having to reship a product or dealing with an angry customer when it was their mistake to begin with. So let me go back. I think we've got a couple more. Did we have any questions?
No questions yet. Just a lot of comments. People
Awesome.
expressing their stuff. Micah said, Super Chat also comes with message character levels. 199 has 50 characters. 499 has 150. 999 is 200. So on and so forth. And then $499 is 350.
Oh, interesting.
Don't donate $499. Wait for HAA and spend it on that.
Buy something from us. Don't donate. Don't. If someone gave a donation that big, we would just donate that. Probably, like we would just find a charity and donate that to the charity.
Because that's a lot.
Yeah. All right. So I love this one, and it's a cool little innovative thing. It was December 3rd, and I had 27 orders to ship in 2 days. The boxes I ordered from Amazon were no longer in stock. It made me look for local box providers. Luckily, I found one within 30 minutes of me. They had big boxes available for cheap, so I cut them in half, designed a template, and cut out my own. No more Amazon, cheaper than shipping costs, and my boxes are way stronger. So that's innovative. We had a lot of occasions where we would way under prepare at the start of my business, and we would have to, because normally you buy whatever shipping supplies in bulk. We usually bought bubble mailers in bulk on Amazon, but we had a couple years where we ran out, and we went to like all the places, the office stores. We went to like Walmart. We were on a magical adventure calling around, just trying to find anybody who had bubble mailers. And even then we were paying like $3 for packs of 5, when normally we got like 80 for $15 or something ridiculous. So it was really cutting in. So yeah, making sure that you are planning way ahead, way ahead, and buying more than you need, which one of our alphas had a similar story where I ran out of shipping supplies. It was 2020 when the mail was just a shit show. I had stuff on the way, but FedEx kept delaying delivery. I did things like buy an invitation kit from Walmart just to cannibalize the envelopes out of them. We've done that as well.
Yep.
Packed orders in candy bags. I had hundreds of orders ready to go with nothing to pack them in each day. One day, a random car pulled up in my driveway at 8 p.m., and I ran out to see who it was. So basically, it was her mail service. It was FedEx bringing her packing supplies. So she said, the action to take to prevent this is to buy 3 times as many supplies / shipping supplies as you think you'll need. When you use up 1/3 of that, order more. That's something that you should all write down. That is fantastic advice. Johnny also, he's here in the chat today. He has a fantastic story about when your shop takes off and you're not expecting it. Johnny said, last Christmas was insane and unexpected for me. I had 3 times the number of orders compared to previous months and was 10 times what I had gotten the previous Christmas. My biggest fault was not getting help in time and not limiting incoming orders. I should have gotten steady help much sooner. I was getting a few days of help to make sure things weren't super late, but I was still getting behind. Raising prices to help slow things down a little, but not much. Going into Christmas now, I have a plan ready in case things get busier and won't let orders get so far behind. I managed to keep most customers content. I didn't fully get caught up until spring, but made sure I was telling customers what to expect. Lots of apologies, overnight shipping, and $30,000 in refunds and free product help keeping my ratings from plummeting. But it is something I never want to happen again.
No, that hurts. $30,000 hurts no matter how much money you make.
I have an employee now and have a lot more plans in place. Have a plan or idea ready for possible outcomes this Christmas. And don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to reach out to customers who are going to have late products. And that is such a great example. Johnny did not expect his product to blow up. He makes these little male anatomy pieces.
Male anatomy pieces.
That you put on like light switch covers as a prank or on like a tire valve as a prank. That way someone's driving around and they don't realize it's on their car.
Which is amazing, by the way.
Right. And he went viral. And, they're just a tiny little thing, but he ended up getting just thousands of orders for these little things. So
yeah, those kind of shops, those kind of prank shops, and even the serious ones do relatively well. There was another one I was looking at that does, you know how when you order adult things, they are normally discreetly shipped. There's one prank company on Etsy that ships things like cheap versions of adult toys, but the meaning is a prank, and they do not discreet ship it. So they'll like wrap it tight,
so you can see,
and then they'll just stick the label right on the wrapped thing. And they have all kinds of stuff. They have all the different glitter bombs and anything that you can think of. They have one on the with a box on the side that just says drugs on the side of it. Like it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool, and they have thousands of sales.
I would be mortified if you open the mailbox because I have to see my mailman every day.
A tiny little thing. Let's be real, they are.
Most
of them are.
Little things. Okay, so last one I'm going to share is a funny story, and I'm sharing this one because I was involved in it. It's not something that's probably going to happen to any of you, but it's such a great story that I have to share it. And in the meantime, you guys are free to ask your questions down in the chat. We will be answering questions for roughly 30-ish minutes, so feel free to load those in. If you have questions about the boot camp, that is going to take place on, I think, September 26th is the first day of the boot camp. But, yes, September 26th.
September 26th.
But you guys have to enroll to be a part of it between the 19th, if you want the discount, and can you pop that back open? I was using that. And the 22nd is the closing day for enrollment.
Yes.
So you have to enroll a couple days early.
Yes.
So
the earlier you enroll, the less you're going to spend.
Exactly.
That's how it is. And for those of you that missed it at the beginning, the final day, last rush price, because we're literally leaving the day after that, and we have to handle all your payment stuff that day. The extra $20 on top of it will be donated to, hopefully, St. Jude's. We're just waiting on them to
approve us.
Approve us, basically.
And if we get denied, we'll do something like Toys for Tots, or we'll find something similar. We just want to do children for the holidays being the base thing. So
and then we'll be at Lost Lands for the weekend.
Yeah, we've got a festival to go to that weekend. All right, so I'm going to read this story, and then we'll get to questions.
Yep.
Feel free to get those in the chat now.
They don't have to be about the topic at hand. They could be anything business or Etsy related.
Yeah. All right, so I love this story. I'm just gonna say the name because I think she's here. It's Tina. Tina's in all of our chats, and Tina makes these really cool. She has all kinds of cool art. She has a really interesting art style. We did an interview with her, which is on my channel. But Tina made these really cool plates, and she does the designs, and then she has them outsourced. Somebody prints them on the plates for her. So she did some Christmas plates last year. She said, my vendor's order form got all swapped, where the shipping and the billing address got mixed up. Despite on Etsy it not showing it had and on my vendor account. The only place they had it mixed up was on their invoice they sent me in an email, which I didn't pick up right away. So instead of my customer in Scotland receiving the plates that I shipped from my vendor, who is located in England, I ended up getting them here in the US. Since I couldn't afford to ship the plates to Scotland, it would have been an extra $300 for me to ship them. And since 𝔸𝕚𝕚𝕚𝕚, who's in the chat, was coming to visit Starla in Ohio, 𝔸𝕚𝕚 kindly volunteered to be my personal bodyguard for these plates and fly them back for me. I ended up shipping my plates to Ohio, to my house, which was $24. And when 𝔸𝕚𝕚 was done visiting Starla, she took them on the plane with her, then shipped them out from her home in England. So basically, 𝔸𝕚𝕚 lives in the UK. 𝔸𝕚𝕚 came to visit Starla in Ohio in the US. I already had the plates here at my house. We already had 𝔸𝕚𝕚's luggage jam-packed because she had souvenirs and snacks.
And lots of food.
Lots of, U.S. snacks. And we had to figure out how to not only get these plates into her luggage, but also make sure that they were packed so that they wouldn't get broken. And it made her luggage super heavy too, which I'm sure she
$112 for that suitcase.
Yeah, so 𝔸𝕚𝕚 had to pay for her suitcase to be shipped, right? Or to be taken.
Snakes.
So here's the best part. Once the customer got the plates from 𝔸𝕚𝕚, she showed me they weren't plates at all, but instead melamine discs that weren't even printed well, while my vendor promoted them as stoneware dinner plates.
Oh my goodness.
I was livid, especially because my shop is eco-friendly and how extremely kind, understanding, and patient my customer was about this whole mess to begin with. So while I was going back and forth with the vendor, explaining to them that they cannot BS me because I worked in the fine china industry and know what things are called and what materials are what, and condemn them for how they falsely advertise their product on their page, I, in the meantime, reimbursed my customer and arranged for her to send the plates to my mom's company in Honeywell, whose boss works for them and has an office in England. So my customer sent back the plates to my mom's work, and my mom's boss so kindly snuck my plates back to the U.S. through their work for free, so I could try to resell these disc things as something else. I finally ended up convincing my vendor, who I shouldn't have had to argue with at all to begin with, to give me a full refund. So I really only ended up losing money on the shipping to Starla's house and reimbursing 𝔸𝕚𝕚 for her shipping costs and any Etsy refund fees involved. It was pure madness.
Tina said, even worse, customers had ordered plates before and were actually happy with them because I had no idea.
Oh, and they didn't know that
sucks so hard.
That sucks. Yeah, it just keeps going. It does. Yeah, that was the never-ending story. So that's probably the most insane Etsy story I've ever heard. And Tina, I'm so glad that you didn't quit Etsy after that. So, guys, feel free to go ahead and get your questions into the chat if you haven't already. Like I said, you can ask questions about Etsy. You can ask questions about customer service, about prepping for the holidays. I hope that you guys were able to take plenty of notes about nightmarish Etsy customers and situations. And make sure that you click the link down below to get your free Black Friday toolbox. And if you want to sign up for our Alpha Holiday Bootcamp, you can get a 35% discount on September 19th. And there is a waiting list that you can join where you can make sure you get an email for that. So you can ask us questions about that boot camp as well. All right.
Let's see here. I may or may not have bought elephant poop online for my enemies. Oh, it's fine. You wait, 𝔸𝕚𝕚𝕚𝕚. You're going to be getting a lot of packages in the mail that are not discreetly wrapped.
Mr. Moore will harass any friends that we have with prank items.
Thanks. I'm not really new. I had an Etsy shop back in 2020. I got burnt out on masks. Most people did. But now I'm back with new products and to come back here for their awesome advice. Well,
awesome.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, Evelyn. Thank you for hanging.
Okay, and here she's got the info, or they have the info. On Super Chats, too, the different levels also have different timings. $1.99 shows up in chat. $4.99 gets a minute to be viewed at the top. $9.99 gets 5.
Oh.
And then I've seen 100 stay at 30-plus minutes.
Very cool. You seem to know a lot about Super Chat. You know more than we do.
Do HA kids have to enroll, or is there a different method for us? I'm assuming you mean like your kids?
No. The HAA students get the boot camp. We'll email you how to get in.
Oh, yeah. You guys are going to get it for free. And with our new system for checking in, I might not have to put it on the HAA website. I might just be able to give them a username and password for the new site.
Yeah.
So you guys, once we figure that out, if you're an HAA student, don't buy the upcoming boot camp. You guys get that for free. That's one thing that, like, you guys that have bought HAA or people that are prospective HAA students, if you want to wait on this boot camp, it does not get you a discount to HAA. That's too much like tracking for us to be able to figure that kind of crap out.
But it does ensure that next year's boot camp, if you enroll in HAA in December, you will get next year's boot camp for free.
I hadn't said HAA yet, but yeah, if you buy HAA, if you want to wait and not buy this boot camp, next year's boot camp you will get for free if you're in HAA. The only thing you will not get for free after buying HAA are future like large form courses. But any like minor content that we do like this that's like $500 or less kind of stuff is going to be included for HA students forever. So, yeah, we love you guys. Question.
You just
yeah, I just read that. Sorry, we've increased. I'm sure you can tell we've increased our lighting to make it look freaking amazing in here, and it's like reading the screen actually takes a second to focus. Not able to actually watch live. Just wanted to pop in and say hi. And ask if anyone has had success with having signs up locally. I got an opportunity to have a 4x7 billboard at the local outdoor market for really cheap and wondering if it would bring people to my site. So wanted to see if anyone else has done this. We haven't done it. And honestly, I don't think there's enough information in our experience to really speak on it. It could. I doubt it's going to be as good as spending that. It depends on how much it costs. If it's only costing you a couple bucks, try it, but for the most part, putting that money into online advertising is probably going to be more beneficial to you.
Might be worth
education.
Might be worth it just so you can take a picture of the billboard and post it somewhere on. Like,
there you go.
That's like my public speaking events. I've done really good ones, and I've done some that were not so good. But no matter what, if I'm going to a public speaking event, I still get really great pictures of me standing on stage with a microphone, and I can use those for like future marketing. So. Speaking events are always worth it to me, at least, just so I can get those photos. As long as people can take photos of me, I'm happy to do live events. So I do charge for those now. I quit doing those for free because it's expensive for us to travel. You can hire me now, though.
Not related to Christmas, what do you do if your customer breaks an item after 4 to 6 months and then complains and gives you a lower review as a result of how long are we blamable for products? Definitely not 4 to 6 months.
No.
No, not at all. I would give if they said something like that, I would probably get with Etsy support because that's a little excessive.
Yeah, get with Etsy support first and foremost and see if they would be willing to remove it just due to the time. Maybe say like this customer has had this product for 6 months now and they broke it and can we get this review removed? And if not, respond to the review publicly and respond not like you're talking to that customer, but like you are talking to every other shopper who comes to your store and say, this customer bought this product on, this date. It has been 6 months and the customer has broken their product. I can only reimburse for errors like this for, this many weeks. Like at that point,
4 to 6 months is ridiculous. That's such a long period of time.
Yeah, and your products are wooden; they're fragile, so it's likely that they dropped it or something. If
it's almost definitely their fault.
If you buy a plate at the store at Walmart and then you walk around in your home and 6 months later you drop it, do you go back to Walmart and complain? No.
I mean, if it's an obvious like manufacturer defect, that's one thing. Maybe it's something they didn't notice, but with your kind of product, there's almost
wood. They're carved wood.
Well, with hinges and stuff too, right?
Yeah, hinges and stuff too.
I mean, like if there was like damage to the hinges, but I mean, even that they could be throwing the box open or slamming it closed. There's so much thing. Yeah, I wouldn't. And you guys better. There's 268 of you here. Get your questions in if we want to continue because we've only got like 2 coming up. And I got to cut it when we run out. Anything.
And if we don't have, you said 260 here. If we don't have 260 likes on this video,
then you're lazy.
I'm gonna cry.
You're
I'm
lazy.
gonna cry.
Doesn't hurt. And if it does hurt, you should see a doctor.
That's true. That's very true.
Been loving your content. Love you too. I started my shop 3 months ago, and now I have 100+ sales. My question is, I sell art and would like to sell fan art. If I create another shop to only sell my half. Okay. fan art, that's something you're going to have to be really careful with. I know we talk about copyright stuff. Etsy doesn't play with copyright. And when it comes to the gray line fan art kind of stuff, parody or not, Etsy always sides with the copyright holder, not the seller.
And you won't just get your shop shut down. You won't just get the one shop shut down. You say you're wanting to split them. That way you have one shop that you don't care if it gets shut down. Both shops will get shut down. They're bound by your IP.
It's IP bound, so you'll be banned, and you'll probably be banned as a buyer too. So
yeah,
you have to be really careful with that. If you want to do fan art, something like Redbubble is probably going to be a better platform for you.
Yeah, you can actually go in. They have a whole section on how to like legally do fan art for Redbubble. I haven't looked much into it, but I would recommend going that route. Or, depending on who you're trying to do fan art through, sometimes you can obtain licensing for relatively cheap, but
that's not always going to work either. So you have to be careful with that. Yeah, I would go with a place like Redbubble. We side with you guys when it comes to like parody fan art stuff that is like fair use. Fair use is kind of a hot topic at least in the US right now. Etsy doesn't care. Etsy sides with the copyright holder no matter whether or not you can prove it's fair use. The question you have to ask yourself is, if I go to court against this company, if it really means that much to you, if I go to court against this company, am I going to be able to beat their lawyers with mine? And the chances are most of the time that's going to be a no. So it's not worth it. Move to a platform that's already like notorious for, unfortunately, copyright infringement stuff like Redbubble. And don't copyright infringe. Never copyright infringe. But if you're doing something you know is illegal, it's better to use a platform you know isn't going to hit you. And Redbubble is a good platform for that.
Awesome. Ooh, we're getting good questions.
We are. We're getting questions in now. Hello,
Perfect.
hello. There we go. Lighting looks great. Thank you. I've been working really hard on it. What are your thoughts on digital products? I can also can I apply the colors Etsy mentioned in the report? What do you guys think are going to be the hot digital products for the holidays?
Look at eRank's Trend Buzz report. That'll tell you. Can you use the color palette that Etsy recommended? Heck yes, especially if it's things that they can print, like wall art, printable wall art, the emeralds that they talk about, and things like that, jewel tones. That would be great. I would recommend going to erank.com and going into the Trends tab. There's the monthly trend report. There's the Trend Buzz report. Those are going to show you, some of the keywords that Etsy shoppers were typing in the previous month. And it's a great way to see, just what their thought process is. Mm-hmm. You can also incorporate some of the trends that was in Etsy's 2022 Marketplace Insights report. We covered that last week on the Friday Bean. If you watch my video that went viral with the blue thumbnail that said, like, things guaranteed to sell on Etsy or trends guaranteed to sell, that one covers some things that are going to be trending universally across all commerce. Mm-hmm. So might be worth checking that out as well. But yeah, absolutely.
What do you guys think about Amazon Handmade? We've answered this before. Amazon Handmade, it's a platform. No,
I sold there for a couple months. And
Etsy's gonna be better, and the reason Etsy's going to be better and probably always remain better is because Amazon Handmade doesn't make Amazon more money than Amazon's standard platform. Etsy is a dedicated handmade marketplace. Obviously, there are things you can buy on. There's tons of stuff on Etsy you could buy that aren't handmade. That's just because they haven't caught them yet. So with that being said, Amazon's going to prioritize the standard stuff. I've never gotten an ad for I have bought things on Amazon Handmade. I've never gotten an ad on Amazon from Amazon Handmade. I've never stick with Etsy. I mean, really stick with Etsy. If you want to double up your products, throw your products on there. If you sell something that's replicatable and you're able to track inventory between the two, no harm, no foul. If you want to do that, as long as you can keep track of it, but Etsy's going to be the winning platform.
Yes.
I found a couple of Etsy shops using my listing pictures. After reporting to Etsy, I still see the other listings being active. What do you guys recommend I can do? I would bug the crap out of Etsy and say, hey, what are you doing?
Start by messaging the shops that are using your photos, because usually these are like the Chinese knockoff companies that aren't actually shipping anything similar to what you're selling. They're just scamming people. So send them a message that says, I will be reporting your shop to Etsy on Monday if these listings with my images are not deactivated or you swap out the images for your own images. These are my photos. This is my intellectual property. This is the date when I will be reporting your shop for infringement unless you remove them. If they don't remove them, bug Etsy.
Yeah,
nonstop.
Bug them. Don't put up with they said, okay, we'll take a look at it, and then nothing ever happens. Bug them.
Yeah.
You're a seller. You have your rights. I didn't think you could leave or change a review that long after buying it.
I think you can.
I think you can, and I think that's really, really stupid.
After 100 days? I think it is 100 days, actually. I think that it is 100 days.
I have a local customer who had me make a custom glittery black bat. She loved how it turned out. Then I demanded I take it back because her grandchildren wouldn't play with it.
Yeah, that is...
What kind of crack does she have, and where can I buy it?
Yeah, she sounds like she was on drugs. I would maybe tell her no. Yeah. And that's up to you. That's one of those cases where, you can tell her no, I cannot take it back. Or if it's just not worth the headache, you can say, that's fine. I will take it back. Make sure that it is shipped to me by like this date, and it must be in perfect condition before I can issue a refund.
Mm-hmm. I sell plant hangers. Customer asks if I sell hooks to attach them to the ceiling. Is that something I can offer as an add-on? Technically, it's not a craft supply, and I don't hand make the hooks.
It is a tool for your craft. Similar to how if you make prints, if you're a painter and you're selling your painted prints, you could have an upgrade for the frame. You did not make the frame. You're not,
You didn't make Brian.
You're not doing woodworking to make the frame, but it is an essential for your product. If you make candles, you can add a wick cutter as an add-on because that is a tool that is essential for your product. If you are making something that hangs, the hanger can be considered essential for your product. Now, if you're selling bath bombs and you have an add-on for slippers aren't essential to your product. So, you can't buy Amazon slippers and include them with your bath bombs as an add-on. But the hook, I think, would be fine.
Unrelated, can I sign up for a Google email even though my domain was purchased from GoDaddy? I know I wish I hadn't done that 8 years ago.
I saw your email today come in, and I have not looked into that yet. So...
We didn't know.
I don't know yet. I'm going to have to do a little bit of Googling around to find an answer for you. 99% of the time when you guys message me about services that I don't use for my Handmade Alpha Academy students, I do exactly what you would do. I just Google it and check Google and try to find an answer for you. But if it's not a service that I personally work with, then I can't tell you. And that's not a situation I've ever had. So I'm going to Google it. I'll probably make Mark do it. He's better at stuff like that.
Of course you will. I don't work on Fridays.
So I will get back to you as soon as I have an answer for you.
Miranda said, my public domain copyright strike the other day we were talking about. I did talk to Etsy Legal, and they told me they can't do anything, but my chat with support option is back, and there's no payment reserve. They did something. Cool.
We
got it worked out. All my designs are available on all my products, custom store. I'm struggling on how to post the listings.
It's totally up to you. You can have more listings for each type of product. I would categorize it the same as if you were shopping on Redbubble. If you have cats, dogs, and birds as your art, and cats, dogs, and birds can be put on phone cases, pillows, prints, cards, but it's all the same cats, dogs, and birds, divide up your shop sections into, pillows rather than cats. Divide it into pillows, and then all of your listings are pillows. Cats, dogs, and birds all printed on pillows. Then have a section for phone cases. Cats, dogs, and birds on the phone cases. Because the thing that you're showcasing primarily and what you want to be known for, I assume, is your art. You're not being known for the products that they're being printed on. If you're doing a variety, you're being known for your art itself. So that's how I would do it if I were you.
Any plans on making a channel audiobook?
the channel, not channel, the channel. I'm kidding.
But
Yes, I plan to, as soon as I have a little bit more time, because I'm still writing book 2.
it is an astronomical amount of work to make an audiobook.
Yes, but we plan to do a graphic audiobook, which means that it will have sound effects, voiced characters. I will be voicing Vivian. Mark will obviously be voicing JC. We already have somebody lined up to voice Dane.
As soon as they can get the equipment to do it, because we're not
Yeah.
doing cross equipment.
Yeah. So, eventually, for those who don't know what we're talking about, I have a science fiction book available called The Channel by Starla 𝔸𝕚𝕝𝕒. You can buy it anywhere, even Walmart.com. And yeah, you should read it. It would make me super duper happy.
What inspired you to start selling on Etsy, and why did you decide on the items you did?
I love this question. So I was inspired to start selling on Etsy because Mr. Moore was in the military. He was working 16-hour days. I had a newborn. I was bound to our house because we only had one car, and I was stuck on a military base where even if I wanted a job, it would have to be one that was on the base, and that gave me fast food as my only option. And then I would have had to have gotten a daycare for my baby, which the money I made from working on fast food would have been just enough to cover the daycare. So that's why I started my Etsy shop. I wanted to help pay for things, and I wanted to be able to afford to buy our daughter, fun stuff. I was only 19, so yeah, that's why I started selling on Etsy. What inspired me to make my products for my first shop was Art by Starla 𝔸𝕚𝕝𝕒. It was Skeleton Keys. That shop's no longer active because the workload was just too much, but it was pulling an astronomical profit when we closed the doors.
You're welcome, Amy, and thank you.
Thank you, Amy. And the reason I started selling key necklaces, it was something that I was making for myself for fun. I was tinkering with the idea of jewelry, but I've always sold things. When I was in school, my teachers all said that I would become a little marketer someday because I made hemp jewelry. I made these little tiny pillows that my teachers purchased to use as hall passes. So every teacher had a different pattern, little pillow that they used for the boys' room and the girls' room. I had bake sales. I did all kinds of stuff. And then I took the key necklaces online. I was also a tattoo designer for about a year, making pretty good money from that. It was just too time consuming. That's why my business was called Art by Starla 𝔸𝕚𝕝𝕒, not Jewelry by Starla 𝔸𝕚𝕝. And now we've got Alpha Adapt that Amber and I run together where you can get Alpha merch. There's a link for that down below. And then I've got another Etsy shop that I'm working on that I'm not sharing with you guys because I don't want you to go in there and mess up my analytics. Because if a bunch of looky-loos are in there, then I'm not going to know how my SEO is organically helping my shop to grow. So
Yes.
You guys don't get to hear about that.
And then potential adult store in the future as well that we've talked about.
What?
You're not going to remember until I remind you off stream anyway.
Adult store?
Mm-hmm. You don't remember talking for like 3 weeks about an
Oh,
after
that's
dark
your thing. That's not me. I'm not doing that. That's your shop.
Nah, you're gonna be part of it too.
He wants to
No, don't say it.
I'm not telling him what it is. He wants to do a shop that is more 18 plus oriented.
NSFW stuff, yes. So we can actually like contribute. Because without selling within that, we can't really speak on it at the level that some of the people that sell on it can. So.
Yeah.
We want the experience. We make small wood items that are carved, and I want to make ornaments for a craft show that depicts local schools' logos and mascots. Do I need to get permission from the schools to do so? Yes, you absolutely do.
You do. And if they're local schools, that's fine. Don't do any colleges. They charge
a lot.
It's like $100,000, and then like some insurance policy that you also have to pay on top of that. It's very expensive. Evelyn, I absolutely love you too. My hubby is retired military, and I love knowing a fellow
Military spouse.
Oh, military. I've never heard that term said like that. I love that. Is knocking it out of the park. That's awesome. There are so many military spouses in the handmade industry. I found that out. My next door neighbor, her name was Tamara, and she made soap. And we would peek through each other's windows like while we were working. And then she would live stream her soap making, and I would walk next door to her house and stream with her. Then she would come over to my house and stream to my audience. So it was fun. It was a good time.
What are your thoughts on selling something on your own website less than what you sell it on Etsy? And coupons, do you offer at both Etsy and your website, or sometimes divide them?
All right,
there's a few different approaches to this, but first question.
Yeah, first question, selling something on your own website for less. I don't recommend it because you don't want somebody to buy from your Etsy shop and then go to your website and then feel like they've been cheated because they see that they could have gotten it for cheaper.
And obviously the benefit is you're not paying fees when you're selling it yourself, other than your processing system, which will probably still be less than Etsy fees. But
yeah, if you're charging any more for Etsy, just let it be like the couple cents for your listing fee and whatever.
I still would make it the same.
Yeah.
Eat the cost.
Yeah, you're not eating the cost if you're pricing for profit anyway. As for offering coupons, I would, you can, if you're doing like a big Black Friday sale or something, I would totally offer coupons for both. You can balance between, like, one day you do a site or a sale just for your website, and then the next day you do a sale just for Etsy. Do you need to run sales simultaneously in both? Yeah, you can experiment with it. I would, if it were me, because I'm analytical and I like analyzing the data, I would do both and kind of see which ones work, see what works for both.
Mm-hmm. And coupons. You already answered that.
Yeah, just offering coupon sales.
Mm-hmm. Should I make sure the background I take my listing photos on is all the same? Is white the best, or can I pick a color that fits my brand better?
So first question is, should it be all the same? It should be cohesive. Cohesive does not mean it has to be all the same.
Thematic.
I would make it very similar, though, because when someone is scrolling through your Etsy shop, if your backgrounds are like red, black, blue, white, your eyes are not understanding how to process what it's seeing, and your eyes are going to send more signals to the brain about the color differentiations than about the showcased item that should be front and center in those thumbnails. So I would keep them cohesive and similar. Do they need to be stark white? No. Etsy prefers light for most products. There are shops who are able to pull off dark. I recommend light just because Etsy's more likely to feature you in editors' picks and things like that. Psychologically, it's proven that white backgrounds or light backgrounds tend to do better. But there are plenty of brands who pull off dark backgrounds. My favorite example is Jacqueline at The Wicked Griffin. She does amazing rune jewelry, and her whole aesthetic is dark. And she does a great job. So it really depends on if you're a good photographer and you're good at staging photos. If you're not a great photographer, I would just go with the light backgrounds because it's easier. And I just uploaded a video 2 Tuesdays ago.
A couple people saying they want after dark alphas. After this boot camp, we have not really anything planned as far as design for October. I have to redo the HA website due to some technical issues, but the Discord will be the next up for that, and that will include its own isolated not safe for work section where we can do streams and talk. And I already bought the Discord, whatever the premium thing is with it, so I can have higher bandwidth streams and we can have voice chats. And
so all of our 18 plus alphas,
because I don't want to do that on YouTube anymore. It's too dangerous.
Yeah, we don't want our channel to get taken down. That's why we haven't done a stream in so long for 18 plus sellers.
It's too risky.
Yeah.
Loving all the love that we're getting.
Aw.
Thank you for all the love and support. Any tips for in-depth research into Etsy and into SEO tools? Funny that you say that. Are you
new here?
Are you new here?
Well, Mark and I both work at erank.com, which is Etsy's most popular SEO tool, as I tell you in all of my recorded videos.
I am the data analyst.
Yeah. There is a link for eRank down below. It will look like it's an affiliate link. It's not. I'm not an eRank affiliate. I'm an eRank manager. But it basically just lets us see how many people from my YouTube videos came to eRank, so I know whether or not I should keep making videos about certain topics. But the short answer is that eRank has the biggest, most accurate, and most comprehensive list of Etsy SEO tools out there. There are a lot of competitors out there to eRank. The reason that eRank is able to get the most data, and the reason our numbers are often not rounded is because other data providers often do estimates. They round up numbers to give you pretty even numbers, and they generally just, because eRank has so much traffic and so many people who use eRank, we're able to afford more data than most of these other companies, especially new startups. So when it comes to accuracy, eRank is going to be your best bet. It is my favorite. You're going to be able to do all of your SEO research. You're going to be able to do all of your trend research. We just did our Google Analytics tool, which if you set up Google Analytics, I've got a video on my channel to teach you how to do that. You can now connect it to Etsy or to eRank. That way you don't need to figure out how to use Google Analytics. eRank will pull the most important things from your Google Analytics and show it to you right on your eRank dashboard. So
I sell digital templates.
Cool.
There's a shop who's copying all of my bestsellers
cool.
and selling them for $1 when they become bestsellers for them. How can I overcome this? Well, if they're copying your content, report them to Etsy. First and foremost, that's where I would start. She usually recommends talking to the seller. Most of the time, in my personal opinion, it's a waste of time. I would go straight to Etsy. They're stealing your intellectual property. They're breaking the law. It's not just an Etsy rule. It's theft, right? So, get with Etsy.
Yeah, I would definitely do that. And the thing is, if they're only selling them for $1, they're not profiting that much.
No,
if I saw 2 listings,
but they're not doing any work. That's the point.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, definitely get with Etsy.
When will you have a Google SEO course? Love your content. I'm working on my own WordPress site and would love to have content on that. I'm sure we will in the future. Yeah, I'm sure I'll probably make something. It might even just be a bonus in HAA in the future because I don't think I could make a full course on it. Couple hangups with that is that neither of us currently have experience with Google Analytics on a website level. We could get that experience and regurgitate it to you. However, the kind of websites that we operate right now, I specifically have it where Google and other search engines cannot index any pages that require you to be logged in. So the only things on our website that can be indexed are everything before the login page.
Other than the channel.
Yeah, I guess we could do that, but that's not a WordPress site, so that wouldn't help me anyway. So maybe, but it'll probably just be a bonus in HAA and not a full-fledged course.
Evelyn's next.
Yes. I'm making one-of-a-kind junk journals as part of my shop. If I make another product that is similar to the one that sold, can I repost it as a reposting with new photos?
Only if it is not similar, only if it is so similar that it's almost the same item. The reason that I say that is because, for one, Etsy doesn't like it. For two, if somebody favorited that product and they see in their favorites that there's something totally different. I always use the example of one time I favorited like an ankle bracelet or something, but I didn't realize that the shop was like a BDSM store, and I was going through my favorites with my daughter sitting next to me, and it had changed to like nipple clamps. Because, you know, the seller had switched out the photos. I would say unless it is almost the same product, I wouldn't.
Yeah, I mean, if you're the kind of person that sells, like jewelry is a good thing, for instance. If you're selling jewelry and you have stones that are all the same type of stone, similar but not the same, and you're reproducing them in a very similar... Obsessions by Crystal, she's here. Crystal, she does this, where she does the wire wrap jewelry. They're all very similar. They're all the same type of wrap, but the stone might be slightly different. You just have to put in the description that what you're making it could be a slightly different depending on the variation that you get.
Yeah.
And she asked, will the boot camp cover doing live sales? I'm playing with the idea of doing that, but unsure about how to start.
Yes, it is going to cover live sales, which is selling. They did talk about it on Etsy Up, and then they didn't elaborate enough. We are going to talk about doing live sales. What I'm not going to be teaching you is any additional softwares. I'm going to teach you the basics of, best practices, of, prompts to talk about, different ideas. I'm also providing you with a video of one of Amber's amazing live streams, because she does fantastic live sales that you guys can watch. But if you decide to do something more advanced for your actual stream, like using BeLive or Streamlabs or OBS, those are things that we won't be teaching because there's so many of them and we couldn't possibly teach. And they cost money, and we're trying to not involve anything that you'll have to pay for. But if you're just clicking go live on Instagram or go live on Facebook, which is how I personally do it, then it's totally fine. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm a digital product seller. Is competing on price a good option? I'm currently making $60 to $70 per day in sales with 10 to 15 sales. Are you talking about?
Never. That's I put that at the end of almost all my videos with pricing. Never compete in pricing, ever. Ever, ever, ever. Always price in the top 10% of your industry. That means you look at who your biggest competitors are and you align your pricing right up next to them. Don't compete in pricing. Compete in quality, compete in branding, compete in customer service, compete in making sure that your shop looks the best, which is part of branding. Don't compete in pricing. Etsy is not the marketplace for it, and people perceive the lower cost items on Etsy as being of lesser value than the higher cost items. By pricing higher, as long as your photos are good and your branding aligns and you look like a trustworthy shop, people are going to gravitate towards the items that are more expensive on Etsy. It's one of those cool perception things that we have where we look at two things, and if we see something that's cheaper and something that's more expensive, even if the items look the same, we're going to gravitate towards the thing that's more expensive because we're going to assume that if the other one's cheaper, it's not as good. So I would not compete in pricing.
Mozzarella said, I sell on Handmade, Amazon Handmade,
Yeah.
and make 4 times what I make on Etsy.
Awesome.
They're really strict, though. Yeah, you've gotten really lucky.
Yeah, that's
We've
great.
heard good things. We've heard good things from other people that have sold on the platform, but more often than not, it's usually the other way around.
And the customers are different because they expect Amazon speed and Amazon service. So,
Yeah, so your the risk to reward is a lot higher, too.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't really had a good holiday sales since I first started on Etsy. I've had really slow, sporadic climb, though. I'm not really expecting to blow up. What's the best way to prepare in this case? Prepare for if you blow up. Just make sure you're prepared. I know.
Or preparing for the holiday season. Do everything you can. If you're not happy with your past holidays, continue giving it your all. And I think it was Einstein who said that, what is it? The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. So if you're not happy, it's time to start looking at things like maybe your photos need improvement. Maybe your branding needs improvement. Maybe your marketing needs improvement. Maybe you need to completely transform how your shop looks. And I know that that's an astronomical task, but thankfully you've got the time to do it. You are getting the boot camp for free because you're an HAA. So you use the boot camp when you get access to that on the 26th. The best way to prepare is to take a step back. Don't be too married to what your current shop is looking like and how you're marketing. If you're not happy with the results that you've seen from it, and test some different things out.
Let's see. Have you guys heard of 𝔬𝕚𝕚𝕚? I have not.
I have. It is another they're delving into the handmade marketplace. Here's the thing. No other handmade platforms are going to be Etsy, and they're not going to have as much traffic as Etsy. If you want to try to experiment on them, that's fine. You're probably not going to see, unless it's like Amazon Handmade and you've got a product that just does well there.
I would not dedicate time to anything that isn't a guarantee that it's going to stick around, because most of those little competitor platforms to Etsy go away.
Yeah.
Or they just end up being flat. Huge testimonial from Tina. Starla whipped my shop into shape when it came into self-branding. Even though I have a BFA degree in illustration and branding, my self-branding just wasn't as good. Now, Pottery Barn manager in a very expensive area picked my shop from Etsy to sell some stuff in their shop for a big event this weekend. HAA helps your shop get seen. Yes, please take pictures.
Take pictures. I love you. Can I get that? Can I get that testimonial on Facebook so I can screenshot it and put it on our HAA enrollment page? The best testimonials I get about HAA are always like in my emails or something, and then I'm like, oh, I want this for my testimonials page. I love it.
I just applied to the Facebook community group, and y'all are going to learn my real name, but I want to get all the info I can. Yeah, absolutely.
That's fantastic. And thank you, Amy.
What's your advice on shipping to Army bases based on your experiences and knowledge?
It's no different than shipping anywhere. It's the same as shipping in the U.S. I know that it's going to give you some crazy like APO, FBO address.
I mean, don't include weird powders and things if they're not going to have names on them.
Yeah, there's no difference. It's just like shipping to the U.S. It's just going to take a little bit longer to get there.
Write not anthrax on the outside of every package.
Yeah, our military bases and overseas bases, it's technically still U.S. mail, so you're going to pay the same as most U.S. mail.
Wait, no more key necklaces? For the foreseeable future, yes, no more key necklaces. We don't have the time.
I'm not saying that I'm never going to make any more key necklaces.
But probably not.
Here's the thing. I was a viral brand. I was super trendy. And because of that, the second that I introduce more of them, it's going to be back to nonstop work. And I'm a manager at Etsy's biggest SEO company now. Like, it's not that I don't want to, but you guys got to consider I started that business when I'm 19. How long? Think about to when you guys were 19 and what you were into, and imagine having to be shackled to that at your current age. How many of you would go crazy? It was driving me crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It was making.
And HAA is ever evolving, so it's not as boring to work on.
Yeah.
Work is work, no matter what. But
I like teaching. That's what I went to school.
You should love what you do.
Exactly. I went to school to be a teacher. I want to keep teaching.
I'm in Europe now. I'll be going to a metal electro festival. I'll be wet, very wet, not as a seller, just to enjoy. have fun. You should come and do Lost Lands with us. That would be fun. When you wear a pink shirt, do you wear pink everything else too? Nope, but you wear something that makes sense and looks nice with your outfit. That's how you do your branding.
I love that, Tina. I wish I would have seen that quote
all pink.
Yeah, all pink. I wish I would have seen that quote when I was recording HAA. That would have been great.
I was in the military at 19. That's when I joined too. R.I.P. Sorry for you. Thank you for your service. Advertising what?
Oh, no, I'm just saying Alexandria said that it will be their first Christmas season. Very excited for you. Make sure you get the free Black Friday toolbox down there, because that's the day you really want to plan for, the cyber sale.
Advertising is difficult with 18 plus stuff. A lot of people, there was a big discussion going on while we were answering questions. Another Etsy guru wrote an article on SEO tools, blasted E-Rank because they won't email her back with a code. I'm like, yeah, because you're sketchy. Yeah.
Hey, Miranda, can you send me that?
Yeah, please send that in a private message. Tell us who it is, and we'll block them from E-Rank.
Yeah, can you email me with that link if you have it? Because that's not...
Crap.
Email us back with a code. Like what, a coupon code? We don't have those.
You're going to blast a company because they won't give you a coupon? Shut
E-Rank
up.
is the cheap. E-Rank's the cheapest tool.
How petty and stuck up your own butt are people nowadays?
E-Rank, you can use it for free.
Right.
We're like,
you know what a good review is? An unbiased one that you had to pay for the product for.
Yeah, for realsies. We don't review. We don't do like product reviews and things on our channel for that reason, unless it's something that we paid for. Okay.
Let's see. Yeah, they had a discussion. I'm just kind of reading through it. You can't easily advertise everywhere. Some people would have mature content filtered and have to look more specifically be looking for it. Only people looking for that stuff will want to buy it. 18 plus items are often very niche, so that'll save you money. Yep.
That's very, very true.
Seeing that Rose toy thing, you mean from the company called Rose Toys on Etsy? I just saw them yesterday.
Yeah, I just got... I think that they must just be doing like a mass like ad push.
Yeah, and there's been people selling their stuff on Etsy. Like 90% of adult toy stores on Etsy are just regurgitating eBay Chinese crap. Stop it. I do the mouse.
I do the mouse.
I've made 18 plus items about the Netherlands and the Los Angeles area. It's so specific. You don't want to do billboards unless you're aiming to be a big, huge mail order company. Yeah.
Yeah.
They've got to work for truckers because you drive anywhere on the East Coast from north to south, and it's just like religious signs and then adult store strip club for truckers with truck parking.
My favorite, we passed a sign and it was two billboards, one on top of the other.
Oh, so great.
And it was like, you will burn in hell for all eternity. And then underneath that, there was an ad for like local gentlemen's clubs. And then it had like all the list of all of the strip clubs right underneath.
Oh, it's so wonderful.
Product placement.
I think we're running down on questions, which is good because we're cutting soon. Does free shipping help? Yes and no.
Statistically, it does. Etsy says it does based on consumer studies. But free shipping it doesn't exist. There's no such thing as free shipping. You're just putting the shipping price into your item price. So it's shipping included, not free shipping. Experiment with it. It's going to work for some shops. It's not going to work for others. Yeah. Test it in your own shop, and if you notice a difference either which way, then yeah.
I can't help but to think of Artfire when I see Go Imagine.
Oh, poor Artfire. What happened to Artfire? Artfire, like in Etsy, I remember when both of them were like the hot places, like in, I don't know,
Artfire was a fart fire.
in like 2013. Your choices were Etsy or Artfire.
Newly subbed to your page. I watched one holiday trend video and I fell in love with your page and amount of information you.
Oh, that holiday trend video went viral, and it's like not my best content. I don't know why it went viral. It's not. I have videos that are so much better. Thank you, YouTube, for like showing it to so many people. But like my SEO, my 12-minute SEO tutorial, it's like my best video I've ever made, and it's only got like 14,000 views.
Yeah.
I appreciate it though, guys. I love that we had so many new people come in from that video. It makes me very happy. I'm going to attempt to keep impressing you with more amazing content. And freebies. I've got lots of freebies as well.
E-Rank made my shop so much better, and I'm still using the free version, looking to upgrade soon. Use the free until you can't anymore.
Yeah.
Honestly, I mean, we work for E-Rank on my jobs to make them money, but use the free version until you can't.
Yeah, absolutely. Because the free version, the thing is, it's not any less accurate. You just get less data.
Mm-hmm. And there's less tools with the free than there is with
That's
the
what I'm
paid.
saying. You get access to less tools, but the things that you have access to are still top tier accurate.
Yes, and don't buy the top most expensive version unless you need that many listings, because there's no difference in tools between the two.
Speaking of which, the Alpha Holiday Bootcamp that we're doing, you guys get a month of E-Rank Pro included with your membership to the bootcamp. So that's really, really fun. Other than HAA students, you guys don't get it because you already have E-Rank Pro. But you guys get that. And you also get a live call. We're doing like a group live session with me and Mark and the CEO of E-Rank, Anthony Wolf, our bestie, our Australian bestie. He's going to come on and chat with you guys and answer your questions on day 7 of the bootcamp.
Weber? Integration says automatically adds new buyers to your list and then sends confirmed opt-in messages to complete Etsy approved subscription process. Is that allowed? Seems approved by Etsy.
Is because they will have the double opt-in, the opt-in confirmation, the GDPR things already figured out. That is allowed. That's the only way that you can do it, because they have to opt in when they make their purchase. They have to say, yes, I would like to receive emails. So yes, that would be the only way to collect emails direct from Etsy without inviting them personally.
I sell 18 plus services while sharing positivity. I'm just am supportive to others, and they ask for more. I go, here's my link. Yeah, obviously be as supportive as you. I mean, it's the whole adult industry is relatively supportive, and the one that isn't is intentionally not supportive. So, For those who charge shipping on products, did Etsy recently up the shipping fee percent to 6%? Swear it was never that high before. I am not sure.
Wait. Oh, I'm not sure.
Let us know. It would be news to us.
Yeah. It's news I would like to know.
SEO king and queen. She's the SEO queen. I'm just the guy that's good at tech stuff.
He's not good at Etsy SEO.
I suck at SEO. I can answer questions about it, but when it comes to actually executing it, I'm terrible.
Right. He's better with analytics and data and comparing numbers and dissecting like stats and things. That's his department.
I'm doing the 30-day challenge.
Cool.
I don't have an audience, so
Okay.
do you see a lot of growth in your audience at the end of the 30 days, or is it just a slow climb?
Climb.
Starting out, everything is a slow climb.
Slow climb, and your best friend is going to be Reels. Reels are your growth metric or your growth tool for the Instagram 30-day challenge. That's free as well, guys. That's down below. Instagram 30-day challenge. Grow your Instagram account in 30 days. Reels are the thing that get new people to follow you. Make sure that you're always putting a call to action at the end of your reel. Follow me for more, in text at the end of your reel. So that's how you get new people. You keep them and you build trust in a relationship with them, and you get them interested in your products through your Instagram posts and your Instagram stories. So Instagram stories are more about giving them warm, fuzzy feelings, and your posts are a great opportunity to let them get to know you and to show them your product. Reels are how you gain the audience, though. So it's you want to have a good balance of all three. Now, one thing I will say is that boot camp coming up, I made all your Instagram stories for you, and they are designed for engagement. I made so many Instagram stories for Halloween and fall, and for November, fall, Christmas, holiday, Black Friday. You guys are able to basically just download these Canva templates, and post them straight to your accounts. You can tweak them if you want to put your own branding on them or change the colors. You can do that. But if you need to save time, you can literally just download all of the templates that I made for you and not even have to worry about it. I did Canva story templates. I did product marketing templates for you guys. So all you got to do is slap your product into the image and you're done. I did post prompts and reel prompts and story prompts and engagement prompts for you. That way you can go through this big checklist and just steal ideas to, do your own marketing. So yeah, that's all included with the boot camp as well.
All right. So we're cutting off at Adelaide's question here since that one came in at 1:30. No questions after Adelaide's. Is there a way of rearranging the order of my listings look on my Etsy shop? I have categories, but on my main page, they just look too random. They rearrange their listings?
Top right corner, when you are on your storefront, like where your banner and everything is, click Edit Shop, and then above where your listings start, there will be a little button that says Rearrange. And then you can drag them wherever you want them. Mm-hmm. I love Tina said that she found us through the 30-day Etsy challenge that they did. That was year before last, during a live stream. I remember that event. It was
a little thing.
It was a little thing.
So will we be able to buy the boot camp separately, or is it only included with HAA? No, the boot camp is its own thing. However, if you have HAA, you will get access to it for free.
Yeah, it's its own entity.
You can sign up for the mailing list down below.
Yeah, if you can't afford HAA or HAA doesn't start enrollment until December 1st. If you want to get ready for the holidays and you don't want to wait until December 1st to start prepping, the boot camp is great for you, and it's only $65 if you buy it on the 19th of this month. You can save a butt ton of money. Handmade Alpha Academy is $1,000. That is like a college level Etsy course. It's going to take you a lot of time. This boot camp, each video is very short, sweet, to the point, actions that you need to do each day in order to maximize your holiday growth. It is a holiday marketing prep program that is going to help you market through October, November, and the start of December. So even though the boot camp's only 7 days long, it's going to help you for 2.5 months basically of content. And there's only going to be one live stream. It's all going to be pre-recorded because we know our audience is all over the world. You guys can log in anytime on that day. Each day the new video will pop up. You just go in anytime that day and complete your actions. Plan to dedicate like an hour a day to doing the actions and watching the videos. And yeah, so that's what it is.
I believe a 6.5% Etsy fee affects shipping and transaction amounts. It was 5%, but raised to 6.5% earlier this year. Yeah, I remember that. Like I said, I'm so happy to have found the both of you. I plan to take everything and soak it up like a sponge, even though I don't have an Etsy shop yet.
You are so smart, though, because most Etsy sellers do not learn first. They open their shop first, they make their mistakes, they get stressed out, and then they do the research. So you are already ahead of like 90% of sellers. So that is absolutely awesome.
Per selling something less on your website, since you recommend to keep the same price anyways for incentives to shop on the website instead, aside from email list if they don't sign up. You can also include things in the packages.
Yeah, get some printouts that, make it easy.
Cards.
Yeah, put save 30% on your next order by shopping direct from my website. And then put a coupon code and maybe a QR code that they can scan with their phone. You can make those for free by just Googling QR code generator. Yeah.
We'll go ahead and do hers since she asked it before our thing went through. Excuse me. I've noticed that when I post a story with a poll or something with a link on Facebook, people can't engage with the poll. Is that normal, or am I doing something wrong?
That's normal.
Excuse me.
Unfortunately, that's normal. They don't engage back, or they don't the sticker doesn't translate over.
Due by September 19th, but what is the week of the boot camp dates? It would be the 26th when it starts.
Okay, so let me repeat this one more time. It's not due by the 19th. The days that you can enroll in the boot camp are the 19th through the 22nd. On the 19th, I decided to do a discount for everybody. You can get it for $65. That's 35% off because the program is supposed to be $100. So basically, you can get it for $65 only on the 19th if you sign up on that day.
Yes.
And if you click the link down below to the boot camp, like the info page, and you sign up for that email list, that basically just gets me your email so I can send you a message right when it opens for the $65. And then once that email sends, you have 24 hours to buy it. Day 2 and 3 of signups are the 20th and 21st of September. That's when you get it for $100. If you miss the $65, day, you can get it at the normal price for 2 days. Late entry price, that's if you enroll on September 22nd, it's $20 more. It is $120 total because that extra $20 is all going to charity. We're hoping St. Jude's.
It's extra work for us on that last day because we are preparing to leave. So
Yes.
we decided to leave it open for that extra day.
But we are donating that money. So it's a cool way to also give back. But the boot camp itself, pop up the dates, please. It starts on the 26th. And it will run through October 1st. You will be able to watch each video as they open each day. And you will have access to, continue watching those videos until January 1st. So basically, you can watch them as many times as you want until January 1st. The reason we're getting rid of it on January 1st is because it's a timed thing. It is for the holiday season this year.
We'll be cutting it off.
We'll be cutting it off. You'll lose access. But that means that we start working on 2023's boot camp.
Yes.
So, it's basically a new thing that we're going to attempt to do.
And if you
year.
sign up for AHAA in December, you'll have access to all of these in the future for free. All of our boot camps and stuff.
If the boot camp's $1,000, I can't pay for it.
It's not 65, 100, or 120, depending on when you sign up.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. We're done now. If I did want to say that I will be working on the Discord, but if you are an 18-plus seller and have any experience at all with using Discord, like you can basic function, you know how to click on emojis and stuff, send me an email, support@handmadealphaacademy.com, because I'm going to need people to beta test to make sure that those features work for channels and stuff. So, or if you have any experience in programming Discord with bots and stuff like that, also send me an email, support@handmadealphaacademy.com. And we will get you figured out. Everybody else we will figure out before then, but I'm going to pick a couple of people based on their experience. Send me your shop link, your name, and preferably your Discord name if you have it. That way I can add you from my admin account. That's all I have for the Discord stuff. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Like it if you haven't already. There's still 210 of you here, so there should be at least 210 likes on the video.
Get the freebies down below.
Yes.
Freebies. Free 30-day Instagram challenge kit. My free Black Friday toolbox just released this week. Both of those are loaded with so much free stuff. This is stuff that most coaches charge for, but I do these every year for you. I want you to have them. They're going to help you tremendously. And then if you want to sign up to get notified of the huge discount and get the boot camp for $65 instead of $100, there is a little waiting list for that down below as well. It's also got all the details about the boot camp. Everything I'm going to be teaching is on that page. Any questions that you could have. And if you sign up for that wait list, it doesn't obligate you to buy it, but it means that I know how to get a hold of you when we open the doors. And if you're in Handmade Alpha Academy, don't sign up because obviously you already get everything that we do for free.
And when did we decide on refund dates? Day 1, right?
Yes, you can, if you end up getting through the first day and you don't like it, you can request a refund. But because the content is all downloadable, we don't want you to get through all 7 days, download all the content, and say, I didn't like it.
Yeah, we're not doing that. That's not like HA where we do our 30-day discount. So you have until 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to refund.
So you can basically go do the whole first day of the boot camp, and then you can decide if you just don't like my voice. You can ask for a refund.
All right. We love you guys. I got to go to the gym, and we got to get some lunch. And we will see you next week.
Awesome, guys. See ya.
Bye-bye.
Oh, wait. We might not be here Friday. We might not be here Friday.
Next Friday? We'll be here next Friday. Lost Lands isn't until the week after.
You're right. Okay.
Anyway, week after next, we'll probably have one of our pre-recorded Friday beans because we will be at Lost Lands in Legend Valley. So if you're going to be there, shout out, let us know. Maybe we'll see you. I'm not going to be sober the whole time, so
yeah. Don't judge.
Don't judge.
It's a music
festival. We love you guys. It's a music festival. I've got VIP bar access, so
I'm not. I'm not standing in the sun and puking all day.
No.
I'll babysit.